So we are forgiven. Okay. Let's talk about a particular issue. We open with the fact that Nigeria is a nation, is a sovereign nation, but successive administrations in Nigeria had been contending with one problem or the other. In virtually all critical sectors of national life, Nigeria has not been having it so rosy. We talk of security. Insecurity is the order of the day. Go to power. We are still grappling with epileptic power supply. And in the area of economy, our economy is still very much in shambles. And when you talk of education, we are not there at all. Why has it been difficult to fix all these critical sectors of our national life in Nigeria? I'm not absorbing any particular party. I'm talking about a nation. You as a nationalist, where do you think the problems lie?
Thank you. The problem of Nigeria emanated, and I can be quoted, from the fact that different nations that come together to be described as Nigeria are not respected the way it should be. And that is why we were shouting about destruction. When we had independence, each region then take care of their laws, their resources, and contribute some percentage of their IGR to the center. But we now have a long time of military rule. Most of this military personnel emanated from a particular side of the nations that put themselves together to be called and describe Nigeria. So all their decisions favor that region. I must categorically tell you that most of the states that are created today in this already put together coalition of people that is called Nigeria are not through memorandum. They are through dictatorship. Most of them are not what the people want, but they cannot talk about it because the military is ruling and they are the one that created it. For example, Nigeria is one nation that I see that the nearer you go towards the desert, the more highly populated you become.
Okay, invariably what you are saying in essence is that no party is to blame, but the structure of the country.
That's what I believe. That's my own belief.
Okay.
And the closer you come to the Atlantic Ocean, the less populated you become. So we need restructuring that will put us up as the democracy that is being practiced in America that we are copying. All states there are left alone. They only contribute to the center.
Okay, let's take a look at the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It recognizes only the federal and states as kind of constituents, without making reference to local government. What do you think we can do to give local government more responsibilities so that people at the grassroots can feel the impact of the government?
If we are able to organize a confab that will be decisive and that will be acceptable to the geographical classification of this country called Nigeria, this particular point you have raised will come up. and it must be decided on. If the decision of church gathering is respected, then you will say that we have wise men in Nigeria who knows where it pinches. For example, Nigeria has about 730 something local governments. The southern region put together 774 have about 350, and this contains about 3 geographically zoned area, while the rest goes to the up north. The restructuring have to come around, then there will be long-term peace in Nigeria.
Okay, when we talk of restructuring, part of what people clamor for is that power must rotate between the north and the south. But you belong to the People's Democratic Party, and currently your presidential candidate is from the north. A northerner is vacating the office by May 29. Are you at home with that arrangement?
Personally, I like the idea of the power rotating between the south and the north. However, take note, Obasanjo came and spent 16 years as the president of this nation.
No, 8 years, you mean?
Sorry, I spent 8 years, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And Yar'Adua came and happens to pass on. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
And another southerner spent another
6 years.
6 years. Buhari have just spent 8 years.
By May 29,
It will be 8 years.
Okay.
And we are saying it should return to the south. Of course, the number of years spent by the south then has not been fully paid back. We were there for about 14 years. Buhari is there for just 8 years now. So did not have the right to say, look, we have to complete to the number of years you have also completed.
Okay, if that is your grant, let's take a look at the fact that in Nigeria here now, your government, your party was in power for 16 years, even though it planned to spend 60 years, according to was it Ogbolava, or what do we call him then?
I'm listening.
That was what he said then. But now, why are you so eager to go back to the center to take over from the APC?
We must complete the number of years.
How many years?
I've just told you.
Okay.
Obasanjo spent 8 years.
No, I meant you want to take over from APC now. Why not allow APC to continue for some time and spend the same number of years that you have spent?
We are now talking about the party PDP.
Okay.
We are not talking about the geographical zone that I come from.
Okay.
It's a northerner that we feel in PDP. Our belief was that since Obasanjo spent 8 years,
okay,
and there's another southerner spent 6 years,
okay,
the north will also be allowed to go along with the number of years before we change to the south. Simple.
Okay, yes, recently the former president of Nigeria who contested on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, he was in the saddle for 8 years. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo endorsed the candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. What's your take on that?
That's a personal vendetta. I've written about it on the social media. That Baba is economical with the truth. That's the heading of what I wrote. if Baba don't want to be economical with the truth, the way Baba go about Atiku won't help anybody in Nigeria. The reason is, if it is other candidate of other parties that was with Baba that time and the incident happened between them, that is exactly how Baba will behave to that person.
I hope you are not saying that Chief Obasanjo has a score to settle with Atiku.
Yes, I'm saying it loud and I can be quoted. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm only afraid of God. Baba doesn't need to bring personal issue into the life of all Nigerians. It's not necessary. Simply because they say Baba knelt down to beg Atiku. Baba did this. Baba didn't kneel down to beg anybody. I was in the Senate there, and I was being referred to as Obasanjo's son in the Senate because I'm the one that always come out to defend that government whenever something tragic want to happen. I will come out from nowhere and the whole problem will be over. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
The fact that Atiku signified his intention to run for the presidency in the year 2003 does not mean that Baba should now aggravate what does not need to be aggravated and said he must punish Atiku for that. If Baba decide to punish Atiku and God decide not to punish Atiku, nothing could happen. My belief is that the North is still entitled to some years that will be equal to what the South have spent.
Okay, yes, recently PDP has reportedly gone on a talk with 11 other political parties who have reportedly approached the PDP for a working alliance, and that is coming 24 hours after similar talks took place between the ruling APC and other smaller parties. Some are already saying that the major parties that we have are the ones behind the registration of smaller parties. What's your take on that?
I don't know.
That the parties like the PDP, the APC are usually fond of ensuring that other political parties, smaller ones, are registered, so that when the time comes, they can easily manipulate them to join their ranks.
Well, I don't know about that. Probably if anybody have organized something like that, I wouldn't know. But what I know is that,
okay,
what I know is that politics is dealing with the brain of anybody that is playing it. If you are brilliant enough to do what you have just said now, it's part of politics.
It's part of it?
Why not?
Okay.
Because they know that all these registered parties, we have agents on the 14th day at different pool units. So they may also assist them. But I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware of that.
Okay. They're talking about the situation of things now. Let's talk about what is happening at the state level. The party PDP lost power at the state level 12 years ago. About 12 years, 1.5 months. Yeah. How do you feel now that your party is back in the saddle in Osun State? You as a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party.
I feel good. And I use this time to thank the person that make it possible for us to win the fight.
Who is that person?
That person is Deji Adeleke. I wouldn't know who among us have that type of resources to battle people who are already swimming in dollar.
Is politics a battle?
Why not? It's battle you fight with ballot paper.
Okay.
You don't fight that with sword.
I thought you meant warfare.
It's a war, but you fight it with your ballot paper. That's it. I am of the opinion that none of us, I don't think I see any of us, that could garner us an amount of money to assist a party to win that type of an election. That's why we must always be grateful to that gentleman. And I pray that in this life it will never be in want and the children will excel.
Amen. So, I see from your submission now, politics, yes, those who go into politics, they go there to offer services to the people. But when it becomes a situation where the highest bidder has its way, where lies the hope for the commoners?
The commoners caused it. The commoners are the ones that demand for money before they say they want to vote.
And you must give them money.
They started, my dear, they started by saying Jensoke. I don't know where they get that language from.
Or Sorosuke.
Jensoke.
Jensoke.
Yeah.
And before Sorosuke.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
They will publicly say, Dibo Sebeni. In fact, now they are saying Dibo Kokole ni pe ọ̀rọ̀ síbẹ̀ ò ṣẹlẹ̀. Not until when the populace are educated on the need not to sell their votes, we will always be in trouble.
Who is supposed to educate them? You are a notable politician.
All of us, we have to educate them. The media, the leadership, the followership, the chiefs. We have to allow people to realize that you don't need to sell your vote. If we are not able to achieve that, we are still in the dungeon.
Okay, when can we, with your own estimation, look into the future? You can even take a gaze into your crystal ball. When would the youth, when would not too young to run, when will it be a reality in Nigeria?
It's coming to the light now that the youth are now getting aware. Immediately after the riot at the toll gate in Lagos, they gathered themselves together. The only thing they are missing is the fact that it will be difficult for a person, no matter how the social media publicize you, it will be very, very difficult if you don't have a structure to win an election.
Hope you are not making reference to Peter Obi.
Well, if you think like that, but I'm saying what come out from my mouth. You see, before you can win an election, you must have structures. If the youth try this time, probably when it is another time, they may have corrected their errors, so they'll be able to make it. I don't think that anybody who wants to win an election without having a good structure on ground can really
have its way,
can really be successful.
Okay, among the presidential candidates of the various political parties that we have, some have been seen to be pretenders. Some are seen as contenders. In your own opinion, who are the contenders?
Well, I have not said somebody is a contender or somebody is a pretender. But I know that the three major people that are contesting now have.
They are more than three.
I said the three major.
Okay. You are invariably making reference to. Okay, let me allow you to.
What? There's no hide and seek.
Okay, when I said contenders the other time, you said you did not say contend. You know.
I'm coming to that.
Okay, please come.
Allow me.
I would.
The three